Sound check. Daya sir. ಬರ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Hello. Check. Oh, he's only. Check. Robots are so amazing. Man, look at all these varieties. I want to play with one of these guys. On कैसे करना है? Oh wow! Oh, this guy's gonna walk. Oh, look at that motors and the circuitry on the inside. So cute. Oh, this is working on hydraulics. Oh, so this is like a hydraulic forklift. No, this is beautiful. And a maze solving machine as well. Nice. Check that guy out. He's walking like a penguin. We're on. Hey, everybody! I saw these amazing robots and I just couldn't hold my hands, right? They're super fascinating. Every time I see one of these guys, I just want to break them open and check out how they work on the inside. I know that if you get your hands on it, you would want to do the same as well. Everybody, wahan jaane se pehle, Happy New Year! I hope you had an amazing holiday season. I am super duper excited to be back here with all of you. Welcome to the first session in 2023 of the BYJU'S Excel Masterclass, All-Round Learning. आप तो मुझे जानते ही हैं. My name is Ashwin. I teach here at BYJU'S. And welcome to this session from Bangalore Studio. BYJU'S Bangalore Studio. यहीं से सब magic चलता है. Hey, by the way, BYJU'S Excel's team में हम क्या करना चाहते हैं? I just want you to get out of your textbooks, get out of your curriculum and look at all the concepts in your school जो अभी real world में use होते हैं, right? Now, together with you and me, we are going to do some crazy explorations today. Hey, but अकेले मत बैठो यार तुम लोग. Think about it. Call your friends, call your parents. अभी 2 मिनट और मैं ड्रामा करने वाला हूँ. This session is for everybody, huh? Call your friends, call your parents, post on your WhatsApp groups and wherever whatnot. Log into byju'sexcel.com. BYJU'Sexcel.com. I am super happy that you guys are here. Get excited on the chat as well. I can see the chat stuff that you're doing out here. The studio has some amazing stuff. We have beautiful animations, beautiful creative things. We're going to be doing nothing but, hota kya hai isme? BYJU'S Excel Steam Session. Yahan pe we're going to take science, technology, engineering, art and mathematics. इन सारे domains में से फंडे निकालेंगे, मेल जेल करेंगे, तोड़ मरोड़ करेंगे. We're going to be doing a lot of exciting experiments and craft work, engineering work, and through all of this we're going to be having fun, right? Fun के बारे में बात करें तो did you guys participate in that BYJU'S Excel challenge that we put out? This time we had asked you to send in your own robot designs to us, right? And we got a lot of entries. Those were super cool. I couldn't really select a winner, so our experts selected the winners. The winner is going to get your very own DIY robotics kit. And worry not, we have a lot of runner-ups as well because of the tons of entries that we got. And the runner-ups are going to get a robot mechanical hand. Stay tuned to the end of the session where we will announce the winners. Okay? तो अभी, what are we waiting for? Time क्या हो रहा है? Yes, it's time for us to excel! Chase the wind, we see the world break the mold. Let your wings unfold, we set the bars, reach for the stars. The finish line, bust, BYJU'S Excel! Knowledge is key, knowledge is power. Let the fire in your heart burn with desire. Don't be afraid to take the steps. Set out and excel, dare to excel, dare to excel. Dare to excel, dare to excel, dare to be curious, huh? And dare to be an innovator, an inventor. आज हम वही करने वाले हैं. हम लोग रोबोट बनाने वाले हैं, एक इन्वेंशन बनाने वाले हैं. In today's world, क्या मस्त inventions बने हो ना? Makes it super easy, super groovy to make our life easier. अपने फ्रेंड को कॉल करना है, चलो स्मार्टफोन उठाओ. अपने कपड़े धोने, get a washing machine, बस बटन दबा दिया, सब कुछ खुद ब खुद कर लेगा. And ये सब नहीं करना है, you just want to have fun. Pick up an RC car and play around with it. Take a drone and play around with it. Such beautiful innovations, and all of these machines are robots, right? In this session, we are going to be inventors as well. And I've been fascinated with robots for a super long time. And I had an idea. एक robot बनाना है, चलो आइडिया स्लोली स्लोली बिल्ड अप करके रिवील कर लेते हैं. हम लोग रोबोट बिल्ड करेंगे, ठीक है? एंड बट ये रोबोट बिल्ड करना इतना आसान नहीं लगता है. If only I had somebody who can help me out with this. You see where I'm going with this, right? In today's session, we have an amazing virtual lab, and we have an expert who's going to help us build our own robot. So put your hands together to welcome with me our resident expert, Brijesh C.A. Welcome on, Brijesh.
Thank you.
Everybody, Brijesh. How does it feel to be in the studio, Brijesh?
Amazing. The lab is cool.
Awesome, awesome, super duper. Students, parents, teachers, जो भी आप देख रहे हो, आपको पता है, Brijesh is the CEO and co-founder of Just Robotics. And वहाँ पे he conducts training programs for children to pick into the world of robotics, right? And he's also co-founded Answer Robotics, which creates autonomous mobile robots. Matlab all the monotonous and maybe even challenging tasks for humans, these robots can actually move around and do.
Exactly.
Crazy stuff. Brijesh, you've been working with robots and stuff for over a decade right now, right? What got you interested in robots in the first place?
In fact, it's close to 15 years. I started this in college with a friend of mine, and we started participating in robotic competitions. And then we volunteered to teach our juniors robotics. We started a robotics club at our college, and that's when it started. And then we started working with schools, children, and it's been a long journey that way.
That is so cool, guys. तो मतलब स्कूल में, बाद में कॉलेज में भी खाली करिकुलम पे फोकस मत दो, को करिकुलर पे भी फोकस दो, करियर बन सकता है यार उसका. Crazy. So robotics. Now, you also, with Just Robotics, conduct training programs where you teach children to get into robotics. I mean, you teach them machines and coding and whatever, whatnot. How is that experience with children, please?
Back then, we didn't have Google, so we used to learn from friends, and then that's where we started mentoring a lot of students. And then now we have reached a stage where what we used to teach in college, we have to teach children in school. Right. The syllabus has changed also so much that we have so much of technology being taught at school, coding, robotics, AI, and many things. And that's how it's been for us. We've trained close to 10,000 children with over 250 schools, and it's been an incredible journey so far.
Wow, so you work with schools. So teachers, students, अगर आपको robotics सीखना है, तो you know you can get in touch with our man Brijesh. अपने स्कूल में ये सब करा सकते हो आप. Incredible stuff. By the way, all of our viewers here, I'm going to say viewers because we'll have students, some of them are BYJU'S students, BYJU'S app or classes, we'll have their parents, we'll have their friends, we'll have some teachers. They're all super duper eager to learn from you. And I have a challenging problem statement as well. I want to build a robot, all right?
Okay.
Now, we are dying to know how robots can be built. And I have a robot that I want to build. शुरू कहाँ से करें?
Okay. What kind of robot would you like to build? Like, what do you wanted to do?
Oh, yeah. So I was just thinking, I have a little baby child at home, right? And we have children in most homes, and children love playing with toys.
Right.
And toys खेलते time तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Bag से उठाया, basket से उठाया, shelf से उठाया, सब बिखरा हुआ पड़ा रह जाता है यार. To clean up after the play session, can we build a robot?
Okay.
That can do the cleaning instead of the child trying to do that. And can we also make the robot a part of the play itself?
That's quite an interesting thing. Awesome. That's possible. Yes, we can do that.
Right, because it would solve a problem for majority of homes that are here, right? I don't know if you have brothers and sisters who are young, or you yourselves and parents. आपको तो पता ही ये problem क्या है?
Very much doable.
Right, so you think we can build such a robot?
Yes, definitely we can build
करना
that.
क्या है?
We have to put things together, build it. There's so many things that we have to.
Got it. ठीक है.
Let's go
Before
step
we
by step.
start, right? Yeah. Before we start, अपना एक BYJU'S Excel में tradition है.
Okay.
कि our students, जैसे मैंने बताया, they learn from BYJU'S app, they learn from our classes with some amazing teachers, and they take a lot of questions and answers and practice and tests and all that stuff. अपना culture है कि we'll have to make sure that our expert is also ready for our students.
Oh, all right.
आपको prove करना होगा. Exactly.
Okay.
But don't worry, it's a small segment that we have here called Pass the Hurdle.
Okay.
And इस बार कुछ अलग करने वाले हैं. So everybody who's watching, guess what? You also get to take the Pass the Hurdle challenge as a poll question. So अपने chat window में देखो या फिर अपने video screen के छोटे corner में आपका एक notification आएगा. Click on that. Log into the poll segment. I'll be asking you a question. Simple question.
Okay.
Hopefully. I don't know if you can answer it. Simple question. You just have to choose the option that makes sense. And give us a reasoning for why you chose that.
Okay.
And you guys will have options as well. Option 1, 2, 3, 4 or ABCD, jo bhi hai. Let's have the question on, please, for Pass the Hurdle. Ab ye dekhega. So you have a car out there.
Okay.
Now the car has wheels and they're run by motors A and B.
Done.
Right? Now the car needs to take a right turn. So the question that we have here is, how should we adjust the speed of the motors A and B if we want the car to take a right turn?
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So, did you get the question, everybody? How do we adjust the speed of the motors A and B? A, which is controlling the left wheels, B, which is controlling the right wheels, if we want the car to take a right turn. Option 1 or option A, increase the speed of A and decrease the speed of B. Or option 2, option B, decrease the speed of A, increase the speed of B.
Okay.
Option 3, decrease both A and B का speed. And option 4, increase both A and B का speed. क्या करेंगे बताओ? And अगर आप लोग के पास वो poll नहीं है ना, चिंता नहीं है. Put it in the chat. क्या करेंगे आप लोग? Sir.
We'll go with option A. That looks more ideal for the situation.
Option A.
Yes.
Okay. Before I lock it, let's just look at the poll responses. Do we have the responses from everybody? There. Ooh, most of them seem to concur with you, huh? Crazy. ठीक है. तो computer जी, option A lock किया जाए. And option A is that the right answer. Way to go, Brijesh. Actually, doubt ही नहीं है. आप तो robotics का expert हो यार. Okay, great. Students, everybody who performed right on this, amazing work. ये answer आपने choose क्यों किया बताइए?
So you have the left motor and the right motor, so they're two independent motors.
Correct.
So we call this a differential drive.
A differential
that's typically
drive.
how we even walk. Most animals walk. So when you have to take a right turn, you actually increase the speed of the left motor and decrease the speed of the right motor so that you actually move right.
That is super duper cool, right? Amazing. Hey, guys, you might have noticed when I went there, my leg got cut. Fancy stuff, right? This whole beautiful virtual lab and how it works. Nice. That was a fun game, or I'd rather say gamified learning experience. You know, a lot of our students can have these experiences on BYJU'S the Learning app.
Wow.
Abhi download karo yaar. If you haven't downloaded it, you'll have some crazy interactive experiences and gamified learning experiences there. Brijesh, congrats once again.
Thank you.
You are ready for our students. Great. Abhi aap batayenge? Abhi we're going to spend a few minutes, maybe close to an hour with them. Karne kya wale hain abhi?
Cool. So what we will do today is, first thing, build a robot from scratch.
Awesome.
We use what is called as a design thinking process.
Thinking.
Yes. Okay, and then we will operate our robot using motors and drives and systems.
Super.
And then we have to talk to the robot, give it instructions to make it move do certain actions.
I love this, yaar. He just coupled the whole session down into build, operate and talk.
Correct.
Nice.
And not just that, we have actually a special demonstration of an autonomous cooking robot that can actually cook a delicious meal for you.
Wow, an autonomous cooking robot. Crazy. So, 3 simple segments coming up. Build, operate and talk. Bot. Build our bot. That is
Yes.
so super cool. I am super eager to get started. शुरू कहाँ से करना है? I mean, robots do seem pretty complicated and complex. I know I had one challenge and all that, but शुरू कहाँ से करना है?
Right. So robots are complex, and that's why I've come here to break it down into simple things. Now, if you look at robotic systems or most complex machines, if you break it down, you'll actually end up with simple machines.
Simple machines.
Yes, simple machines.
Arey, one second.
Rings a bell.
Simple machines, tum sab padhe ho na? In fact, it's actually there as a part of our science curriculum in most schools. I think grade 5, we have something called force and simple machines. Are you talking about the same thing?
Yes,
Different kinds of simple.
yes.
Ah, nice. So a simple machine is basically a tool or a device that can help us do some work, right?
Work,
So
yes.
I put a very little effort and I could like lift like a large load, or I could push something, or I could change the direction of how I'm applying force and things like that, right?
Correct.
Amazing.
Exactly.
So, शुरू कहाँ से करना है?
Correct. Now that you said that you've already studied that in school a long time back, we know that we have about 6 simple machines. Let's go through them one by one.
Awesome.
All right?
और
And right
इस
here in the virtual lab.
का Awesome stuff. So in this virtual lab, okay, I think we take a small step
Yes,
back.
it's going to come right here.
So in our virtual lab, we're going to have some simple machines. And on your screens, everybody, you have these 6 icons. These are the different types of simple machines. Brijesh ji, ek karke aap bataiye, please.
Correct. The first one is a lever. Now, a lever is like a long rod bar that helps us move things. Now, it actually is suspended or on a pointed end where it actually lifts from one direction, where it lifts
So I
another
put an
direction. So
effort
it's called
out
a
here.
fulcrum.
And oh, that's the fulcrum, the point at which it's pivoting.
Pivoting, yes.
Nice. And then the load will be on the other side, and I can do some different stuff
Correct.
with it.
A good example of this would be a seesaw.
Seesaw in the park.
Correct. So you sit on one side, you apply force, you have the object on the
Downward
other
force,
side.
and it lifts upward.
Yes. So
Crazy.
that's
And if you guys remember this, depending on where the fulcrum is, you can do some really crazy feats of physics with this lever mechanism.
correct.
Beautiful.
The next one is actually a wheel and axle.
A wheel and axle. You know what? I want to take a small pause here. Some of my students have told me, GK, ki one of the earliest simple machines that were invented was the wheel.
Okay, yeah, that's
But
right.
your wheel is just a component.
Component, yes.
The actual simple machine out here is the wheel and axle assembly. Huh? How does the wheel and axle work? It's a combination of 2 cylinders. देखो, wheel बड़ा वाला radius का cylinder and वो axle छोटू वाला radius का cylinder. Both of them mounted on the same axis,
Correct.
right? So इससे क्या होता है? When I rotate the wheel, थोड़ा सा effort लगा के, because it's transferring that to a छोटू cylinder, वहाँ पे ज़्यादा effort लगता है.
Right.
So with very little effort, I can lift large loads, and that could mean movement, that could mean lifting, whatever, whatnot, right?
Correct.
Crazy
You're
stuff.
getting the hang of how this works, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
Simple machines is so cool.
The next simple machine is a pulley.
A pulley. Oh, ये तो अरे आप लोग कुएं देखे हो ना? Wells. How do you pull water out of a well with a bucket? But हाथ लगा के या रस्सी लगा के आप bucket ऐसे नहीं उठाते हो. क्या करते हो? With a pulley like this, put the bucket there, pull on the rope from this side, pulling downward,
Lifts
but the
up.
bucket lifts upward.
Yes, exactly.
So pulley will actually help me not just I put less effort and it lifts a large load, but it'll also help me change the direction of force that I'm applying.
Correct.
That is super
Right.
cool. What
So
next?
The next one is a inclined plane. It's a surface that either slopes upwards or downwards. So it helps you move objects vertically or downwards or upwards.
That is so
so-
cool. So plane is basically surface. Inclined matlab tilted.
Tilted, yes.
Okay. So hey, I can think of something. Even our stairs, सीढ़ियाँ, that will also be an inclined plane,
Helps
right?
you climb the wall.
Yeah, because
over the
climbing up a wall is very hard. I have to try and go upward.
Right.
But if I put an inclined plane like a staircase, I'm going sideward, but also while doing that, I'm going upward.
Correct.
Right? Lot less effort. हाँ, चलो distance थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया, but a lot less effort.
Less effort, yes.
And one direction movement gives me other direction movement.
Correct.
Crazy.
So the next simple machine is actually a screw. Now, a screw is actually a spherical rod where you turn it in one direction, then it moves in another plane altogether.
That is
So
super cool.
your
Can I
rotational
add a
motion one
small fun
direction.
fact out here? You said rotation is happening and that helps me move forward and backward.
Yes.
But now this screw, no, if you look at the threads, these are actually one long inclined plane that is twisted around an axis.
Ah,
So when you're
okay.
rotating, you're moving in a direction on the inclined plane. And inclined plane में क्या देखा हमने? With moving in that direction, ऊपर नीचे भी हो जाता है.
Very, very smart, Ashwin. That's a nice way to look at it. I never imagined that.
That
way.
is so cool. So a screw, because of this helical inclined plane, is also a simple machine that converts rotation into translation. Super. What else do we have?
Okay, the next
Think
one is
more time.
actually a wedge. It's actually 2 inclined planes put together to form a sharp edge. And then that, when moved in one direction, separates objects or
That is
moves
so
things in another
cool.
direction.
So, यार इतना commonplace है axe लो या फिर take a knife also, right? So when you're pressing downward, the wedge will make sure that the force goes this way also and it gets separated out.
Exactly.
Amazing stuff, yaar. Okay, quick recap on all of this. So we have these kind of different simple machines. We had the lever, wheel and axle. We had the, what else did we have? Pulley. And then we had an inclined plane and an inclined plane around a helix, that's a screw. And then we also had the wedge that we saw. Beautiful simple machines. But हम लोग simple machines के बारे में क्यों बात कर रहे हैं? Because these complex machines are
We
made
are
with
build
these.
a machine with that.
Oh, nice. अभी शुरू कहाँ से करना है बताइए.
Cool. So now that you've seen simple machines, before we get on to building, let's just go see a complex machine and be able to identify some simple machines in that complex machine.
Oh, hey. I know what that is. It's used in construction sites to pick stuff up and keep it aside.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I love your question. So you're saying this machine is actually made up of different kinds of simple machines
Yes,
that
to
are
be
logged in.
precise, about 3 that you can evidently like
3 year.
Yeah.
Okay, I have folks on the chat. Come on, tell me what all can you see? Yes, you know this. Arey, you know this. mat bola, answer bolo yaar. Okay, lever. You can see a tractor, a truck. Okay, hold on 1 second. Body lever, nice. I can see 2 of them very obviously. Actually, let me tell everybody. Huh? What is this? Wow, looks really cool, right? Amazing stuff happening in the virtual lab. Okay, one big danda is there, obviously. That danda is going to be my lever.
Lever.
And
Yep.
the lever ka fulcrum is right at the truck, correct?
Correct.
Super. गाड़ी है, गाड़ी को चलना है, चलने के लिए पहिए चाहिए, which means the wheel and axle mechanism is also here.
Right.
So 2 simple machines. You said 3 are there.
There are 3.
Hey, can you guys help me? What is the other one?
Look closer. Take a look.
On the other end of that stick, you have that hook going with a pulley.
Right, a pulley.
Awesome. Did I get that
Look at
right?
You got it.
Yeah. Great. So lever, wheel and axle and pulley. Crazy stuff.
Amazing.
So, hey, you guys got it so beautifully as well, huh? Hey, by the way, I was just telling you a little while ago, one of my friends on the app, right? So we do a lot of videos and stuff. He's taught simple machines so beautifully. And I know we have to go there. Let's see a quick montage of what he has done.
Okay.
These are amazing visuals and animations. He's got a small kuti avatar that helps us learn these things really well as well. And that's where I built my better understanding of simple machines.
Awesome.
And if you guys haven't seen these kind of crazy videos, BYJU'S the learning app, download karo sab log. ठीक है? अभी क्या करना है sir? Oh, इधर आ गए हम लोग ना. Oh, इधर ही से तो वो machine आया था.
So let's just take a step back. We are actually ready to design a robot. So you'll actually
ready to
start
build.
designing a robot now.
Awesome. शुरू कैसे करना है?
Correct. So I usually follow.
Robot? Oh, ऐसे नहीं.
Yeah, it's nice. No. There's a process to this. I told you,
Okay,
design
okay.
thinking process. So I usually follow a 5-step process. It's called the design thinking process. So first thing I do is define the problem.
Define the
Now,
problem.
what do I need this robot for? So that gives me more inputs. Then I research and gather more information on what my user needs it for, how does it
Right.
want to look like, all of these things, and then I come up with ideas as to
Ideas.
how I have to build the robot, the shape, size, and all of this. Now, once I've got this information, I'm going to create a prototype. A prototype is basically a model, a simple model of
Right.
a
So just to
scaled
validate
down
the
version.
idea.
Yes, so you do all your testing and everything on that. So,
Nice.
I mean, of course, after prototyping, I do some evaluation to figure out if things are working, not working, go back to the
Nice.
drawing room, do some changes and all of that, and then I have my robot ready.
Beautiful. So design thinking. And you know, when you were discussing this, I just figured out that you said a beautiful mnemonic drive.
Correct.
Design thinking process. पहले define the problem statement. Do the research around पता नहीं क्या है आप बताइएगा बाद में and then ideate मतलब design का testing vesting करो and then build a prototype by validating the ideas that we've made
Right.
and then evaluate the prototype in the real world to make our actual robot function the way we need it to. ठीक है.
Correct.
Now अभी ये design thinking process जो है हम लोग कैसे use करने वाले हैं?
So the first step is already done. Like you told me that there's a problem. You need a robot to clean,
Toys and-
pick up toys and put
Correct.
it aside and all of that.
Correct.
And you also told me that it has to be kind of enjoyable and all that. So tell
course.
me, what do you think kids like the most?
What do you think kids like the most? BYJU'S Masterclass. Well, I mean, they're playing with
course.
toys, right? So which means that they love toys. Kids love toys.
Excellent. So we could create a robot toy that actually helps them clean. So and they enjoy the whole process.
Right.
So it solves 2 problems. It
So
cleans up as well as they
After
enjoy.
their playtime, they're continuing the playtime to clean their
Yes.
playthings. That is so cool.
So-
Chaliye.
So that's the first thing. So we've got that right. So
Right.
the next step is to come up with ideas for a robot. Like
Right.
how should it look like? So you tell me, how should our robot look like?
Oh wait, are we going to get that out here as well?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Let me get out of that way. Okay. Right there. So, wait, let me think about it. I want a really fancy stuff that looks like maybe a sphere, which is a big ball which has a lot of magnets and it's got Velcro in it. And I have some beautiful mechanism inside that can make the ball go around crazily and all that stuff and pick up all the magnets and sticky toys. Wait, what is this box doing here? Sticky toys? Wait,
I thought you would
sphere.
actually bring a box, but okay, let me tell you why that doesn't work. In fact, I thought you would tell a box. Now, this one,
I've got,
where you're telling Velcro and magnet and all that, not everything sticks to the Velcro and magnet.
Right.
Right? And then
Not everything
once
magnetic.
everything is stuck to the body, then how will the robot even move?
Okay, fine, यार. मतलब cartoon देख के अपना robot का idea नहीं बनाना है. Okay, I shouldn't be very whimsical. I have to be practical. So I understand why a box like this would help.
Either you would
But
actually
I
be
should have
inspired
some
by the truck.
attachments also, right? Like
Of
something
course.
to pick it up and
Of
all
course,
that.
of
Okay.
course, of course. So
Yeah, makes sense.
now-
Like the truck body was like a box. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So what's happening is, as in when we are discussing here,
Okay.
the team, my team is actually working on bringing a live model out here,
Nice.
so that we can. It helps us in getting to the actual
So
design.
cool. मतलब इस virtual lab में हम लोग ideate करने वाले हैं.
Correct.
और टीम वहाँ पे प्रोटोटाइप बना भी रहा है.
Yes.
Crazy. So I can think of some features जो इसके लिए चाहिए ही चाहिए.
Go ahead.
First up ये तो it has to move around the room and to pick up the toys. मतलब इसके पहिए होने चाहिए. So wheel and axle mechanism डालना है ना इसमें.
Correct. Good. So wheel and axle is a great choice.
चलिए.
But then there's a challenge. What kind of wheel do we have to choose?
हैं?
You have to
What
choose the wheel.
kind of wheel?
Yeah, every vehicle has different wheels. Come on, we have 3 options.
Oh, nice. You know what? Let's actually put this as a poll question for all of our students.
Okay.
Dekho, there are 3 different kinds of wheels. Yeah, I didn't even think about this. You have spiked wheels, you have a smooth wheel, and you have a treaded wheel, right? I didn't even think of these options actually. All of you, poll question. अपने चैट में देखो या फिर अपने वीडियो एनोटेशन में देखो, पोल होगा, क्लिक करो, क्या चूज करोगे फॉर आवर ब्यूटीफुल रोबोट दैट हैज टू पिक अप टॉयज? हाँ? Will it be a spiky wheel, a smoothie wheel, or a treaded wheel? Okay, great. I think I have my answer, but we'll wait for the poll. Huh?
We'll wait for that.
Alright, अगर पोल काम नहीं कर रहा है, टेंशन नहीं है, अपने कमेंट्स में डाल दो यार, चैट में डाल दो. Spikeless. हाँ, spikeless का ऑप्शन किधर? Oh, 2 ऑप्शन spikeless है. हाँ, okay, cool. And treads. Many of them. Okay, and we have the poll as well. Okay, everybody is saying treads. Even I thought of
Awesome.
treads only because in my car I have treaded wheels. So I think we'll lock in on treaded wheels. Let's put that in there.
Good.
Actually, before putting the treaded wheels in there, quick question. Why should we not use the spiked wheels and the smooth wheels? Ooh.
Good question. See, the wheel with spikes is actually going to end up damaging or destroying the indoor floors.
Right.
The tiles and all
Right.
that.
And
or
it's
the
going to be a
cushion.
little wonky. I mean, it looks really cool, but the spiked wheel won't work. Great. What about the smooth one?
And the smooth one is too smooth for an indoor surface.
That's what even I thought. You know, one of my friends has a puppy at home.
Okay.
And he's got like these super polished smooth surfaces and the puppy goes, yeah. Okay, so of course our toy robot should be able to go and pick the stuff
Yeah,
up.
otherwise it's going to skid right there and it's not
Exactly.
going to go forward.
So not the smooth guy either, which means we have the treaded guy and crazy participation on
So
chat and poll.
let's put this on the robot.
Yes. Ooh, beauty. Nice.
Right?
So,
Now that the robot can move, think
Utha
about
hai.
what else do we need? Like we need a
like in our tractor we had, no, we can have that one stick and a hook so that we can lift things up.
hook with a pulley.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Okay, that'll work. But tell me what
Yeah,
kind
exactly
of
like
toys can a hook pick up?
I see where you're going with this. I'll have soft toys. Let's say we'll have, what other kinds of toys do you guys play with? Yeah, बहुत time हो गया मेरा खेले हुए. Toy cars, soft toys, ball. Yeah, none of them will have a hook actually.
The hook is not going to pick up any of them.
Correct. So that means hook can't work.
Work.
What if like in our game centers we have those claw machines? What if I had a claw attached to it instead of a hook?
That's a good option. But claw is actually a little complex. It doesn't work always. And since we are just looking at building it the first time, it's going to be too complex. at
Right.
this
Many
stage.
hands. have to be-
Many
Right, okay.
mechanisms.
I can think of something else. You know, I've been to warehouses where these little small vehicles, right? They go and they actually slide under the boxes and they lift them up like that. It's called a forklift, right?
Yeah, it's
Can
called
we
a
have
forklift.
a forklift out here?
We could do that.
Yeah.
Bring on the forklift, guys.
Awesome! And of course, we need a pulley to control this forklift going up and
Yes,
down.
so you
Yeah.
pull on one side, the forklift goes up and down. Yes,
Nice.
correct.
Is it called a pulley because you pull?
You pull, yes.
Okay. Nice. So with the forklift, हो गया काम अपना, यही अपना robot.
Correct. So there's one more thing. So the forklift is going to lift things, but what is it that's going to push the object and drop it down?
Oh yeah,
You
into
need
the basket.
some kind of a mechanism.
Ah, nice. I never thought about
Say
that.
for example, you're lifting a Rubik's Cube or a toy. It's just going to stay there. It's not going to, the robot has to go push it onto the basket.
So as it's lifting, it should be able to push also.
Maybe you can take some inspiration.
Simple
from
machines.
Simple machines.
Wait,
yes.
one second. So I'm lifting it upward, so I'm giving it an upward force, but at the same time I want
Needs
like
to
this
go
side
forward.
force.
Yes.
So I could use something like a wedge that can push it out
Exactly right. Bring a wedge, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
Smart fellows.
Okay.
Nice, wedge aa gaya. So when
Awesome.
the forklift lifts up, whatever is there will actually get pushed also along with it, right?
That's
That
what's
is
gonna happen.
so cool. We did it. Is this our final design?
This is our final design, so we could say
And I
our prototype
love-
is more or less ready.
I love how through this whole design process, now you didn't let me go
But
with my
do you,
whims
do
and
you, do
fancy.
you also realize that we are keeping the user in mind at every stage of time, and
Exactly.
we are thinking about the user when we design the robot.
Wow. So the design thinking process of defining the problem and researching, in the ideation stage, you think about the user and put all of these things in
Correct.
play. And of
Yes.
course, we saw that it was not just user research, it was also research about different kinds of components that we can use and stuff.
Correct.
This is amazing. Abhi iska kya karna tha?
So
Ye kaha
while
gaya?
we've actually got this ready, there's another team that's actually building the prototype in another lab.
Nice.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go see what's happening, and
Okay.
if it's ready, I'm going to bring it to the stage.
Super. Yes,
Right?
please,
Okay.
please.
I'll
I'll
see
join
that.
you in a little while
All
because
right.
we had so many crazy things to learn right now. I just want to summarize all of this for us, right? We are in the build phase of our BOT. हम लोग ने सीखा कि simple machines are tools that will help us do some work, and simple machines को मेल झेल करके we'll make a complex machine. 6 types of simple machines were lever, pulley, wheel and axle, inclined plane, screw and wedge. And the design thinking process, and he gave a crazy acronym also. Drive, define, research, ideate, validate, evaluate. मस्त था ना डिजाइन थिंकिंग लेके. चलो चलो प्रोटोटाइप के पास चलते हैं. We'll try to figure out what Brijesh is up to so that we can also start building. Oh, is that a
Yeah,
prototype?
here's a prototype.
Oh my goodness, that looks so cool. Hey guys, are you able to see this? This looks like almost like, man, the team is kick-ass. Oh, beautiful. Okay, ठीक है, तो ये box, ये wheels.
We got this from old toys actually.
Oh yeah, right. They look like RC car toy. So matlab, it's not just our team. Even you guys can build it at home. You just need one cardboard box, and you need to add some small contraptions. जैसे हमने design करा था, and old car से wheels निकाल दिए. And this forklift के लिए कुछ भी metal या plastic या कुछ भी चल जाएगा.
And use a simple thread.
And simple thread with again simple toy wheels and stuff, pulley. And there's a nice inclined plane here as well, I saw.
Correct.
Oh, wedge.
Wedge.
Yeah, nice. But once again, this is nice. Design तो अच्छा लग रहा है, but मेरे को जाके धक्का देना पड़ेगा, right? I might as well just pick the toys up and put it in the basket myself. I mean,
Got it.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. Of course, if I give this to a kid, of course they're going to play with it, but they're not never
this will
going
add
to
to
use
the mess
it.
instead of cleaning it up.
Got it. So we need some kind of an energy to the system. So right now, if I have to push it, I'm giving the energy that I have. That's converting into mechanical energy, and then it's moving around, right? So, but I
Right.
need energy system on the robot that can actually help it operate.
क्या
Okay.
segue था? Building हो गया अभी operate. And this is like law of conservation of energy.
Yes. So, yeah, so whatever energy is required, I mean, for the robot, I'm supplying it from myself. I mean, then there's something that we need to bring on the system.
Right. So it needs energy.
Correct.
And
So-
energy can neither be created nor destroyed. अपना muscular energy became the motor energy, but वो काम नहीं करेगा.
Correct. To demonstrate that particular thing, I have a simple rubber band car out here. Now, what it does is,
ये देखो, isn't it beautiful? This is a wind-up toy.
it's a wind-up toy, yes. So, what's happening is, when I pull it back, it is actually an elastic out here, which is
Right.
storing my energy into
Elastic potential
energy. And then when I release, it's going to convert it back into rotational motion.
Oh wow,
It's
that
not
was
gonna go.
beautiful. Oh, this is so cool. This is much cooler than me pushing stuff.
Yes.
So my muscular energy or your muscular energy, and this is
But-
I'm moving it, so mechanical energy, that is
And
getting
it's
stored in the object
potential
itself
energy.
as elastic potential energy.
Yes.
And release करने पे that elastic potential energy is being used to operate this toy
Correct.
to make it move.
Yes.
That is super duper cool. But yeah,
Alright.
if I put these elastic bands here, every time I have to again pick this guy up, go wind it up and all that stuff, beats the purpose.
Correct. So what we do when we build actual robots, we use something called as an electric motor.
Motors, right? I knew it. Okay, small segue. On the app, no, we introduced a new feature recently.
Okay.
This one is called BYJU'S Shorts videos.
All right.
So let me just access it, and in fact, I will show all of you guys also how to access this. So this is what students see generally So when they log in, and by the way, this is, I'm playing a video right now for motors from grade 10. And सारे grade 6 standard वो सब में भी है ये सब. They can choose their different subjects and they can watch their videos, take their tests, go through learn journeys and stuff. But if you scroll down, we recently brought up something called the BYJU'S short videos. ठीक है? मैं यहाँ पे इसीलिए जा रहा हूँ because there is a meaning to this. हाँ, ये product placement और marketing नहीं है. देखो, यहाँ पे I had made a video. कहाँ मिल नहीं रहा है? Ah, found it.
Motor?
This, yeah. But this is a special motor called a homopolar motor.
Okay.
Must लगता है. Let me just play this video for all of you. Huh? I love physics. Check this out. I have an electrical cell out here with a positive and negative terminal. And I have a stack of magnets out here. These are positioned such that the magnetic field is upward. When I stack the battery on or cell on top of the magnets, now field is this way. Check out what happens when I place a copper wire here. Whoa, what kind of magic is this? Why is it rotating? Simple Fleming's left-hand rule. When a current-carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. So on this arm, the force is towards me. And on this arm, positive to negative, current flows in this direction, field and force is towards you. Which means force towards me, force towards you, and that creates a rotation. This doesn't look too good, right? Add a little bit of art and flair, and you have a lovely little motor. Isn't that fascinating? Wow. Nice, no? We have a lot of videos like that, and I see that we are building a homopolar motor setup here as well.
Yeah, as well, yes.
Across all subjects, we have those. Let me just set this up. This gets a little tricky at times. Chalo. Okay. So now, why did you pull out two of these guys, by the way? Oh, I see what you're doing there. So this one is rotating like this.
And this is rotating.
This one is rotating the opposite side.
Correct. And why do you think that's happening?
अरे इसमें भी तो law of conservation of energy चल रहा है, and you have flipped the cells. I see here.
Yeah,
this one
right.
is positive up, negative down, negative up, positive down.
Correct.
This is also energy conversion only.
Correct. So there is a chemical energy that is stored in the battery, which is getting converted into,
Electrical energy.
into electrical energy through the wire, and then because of the magnetic field, there's an interaction between the electrical energy and the magnetic energy.
So electromagnetism converted to rotational or mechanical energy
yes.
again. Right. But ऐसे motors थोड़े ना use होंगे.
Correct. So what we actually use are motors, something like this. We use it with the battery.
ये तो देखा हुआ है.
Go ahead.
Now a
try it out.
motor and a battery will make it super easy to operate the robot.
Yes.
Nice. मेरे को बस ऐसे connect करना है. कहाँ है? Okay.
Correct. And is it rotating? Are you not able to see it?
Nice.
Okay. Here's a wheel.
Ooh. So one motor for every of the four wheels, and I think one more motor for the pulley.
Pulley, yes.
Right?
So we're going to use about 5 motors all in all.
ठीक है. तो ऐसे चलाएंगे. This I understood, but how do I put it together in our robot model?
So if you have to put that together in a robot model, what we will use is called a circuit diagram or a schematic in terms of how we put this together.
Right. You guys know what a circuit diagram is, right? We have a circuit diagram for the robot?
Yes, we do.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, yeah, same thing's happening. It looks like our robot that we designed. We have one battery out there and we have 4 motors with those, 5 motors with those M written. Kitna simple circuit hai?
Simple circuit, yes.
Nice. Hold on, before going further, काफी कुछ हुआ है यहाँ पे. I know it took a very little time, but think about it. So we finished building and that ideating stage and all that stuff, and the prototype was ready.
Correct.
Operate करने के लिए it needed to have energy.
Right.
तो वो energy के लिए we figured कि क्या है? We had law of conservation of energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, but transferred from one form to another. So या तो mechanical मतलब muscular energy को mechanical energy में convert करो by moving stuff, or a wind-up toy that converts the muscular energy to mechanical energy and stores it as elastic potential energy, and then releases it back as mechanical energy to do that movement. And you called out electric motor, which is actually doing the same stuff but slightly differently. Chemical energy from the cell is getting converted to electricity, electrical energy. That electrical energy is basically electric potential, and that is getting converted back into mechanical rotation energy, and that's how things happen.
Right.
But I have one doubt. Let's say I put this circuit diagram, तो आपने बना दिया, circuit wire भी डाल देंगे हम लोग.
Right.
We put it into our motor. Abhi, so if I have to stop it, I have to go pull the battery out and stuff. And if I want to move backwards, I have to flip the battery and then put it back. That's kind of beats the purpose again. Sir.
Correct. So this is something that's part of the process. I'm taking you through the process.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So what we do next is we need a way to communicate to the robot, talk to the robot.
Talk.
Yes.
O-B-O-N-V-T.
Yes. So you need some control. So we have this unique thing called switch. Of course, you've seen it everywhere. Like we want to turn on TV, turn on fan, light. You have switch. So we use a similar switch.
We didn't see a switch actually.
Yes. Let's bring the circuit.
Oh, those little fancy circle with a star. That's a special kind of a switch.
It's a switch that actually helps you control a motor.
Oh, that is so cool. तो वो switch भी लगा देंगे ना यहाँ पे अपने model में.
Now the switch can actually be on the robot itself,
of course.
or you could elongate the switch to a faraway place with a remote,
RC,
like a remote control, and then control the robot.
Okay, cool. So do we have to build that prototype, or how do we? So in our circuit diagram, we saw the switch. We just have to extend it out with longer wires, and that will become an RC.
That's it. And while we are telling, we had Amit bring our robot.
Hey, thank you.
In the lab.
Must chale?
Yeah, we'll go there.
Okay, okay, great.
Here's a remote.
Oh, so
wire.
Cool. Guys, check this out, huh? Expectation, circuit diagram, reality, circuit बने हैं with wires. 4 motors there, 1 motor here, and ये निकाल के आपने switches दिए हैं मेरे को.
हाँ, so it's like you're controlling the motors using these switches.
So it says up and down, forward and backward. I'm guessing this is for the forklift.
Yes, up and down.
Nice. And forward and backward. Wait, why is it turned? This is like pass the hurdle.
Yes.
So I have the forward. If I have to go forward, I have to press both of them.
Yes.
And if I reduce or backward also, this is that special switch that goes forward and backward. क्योंकि घर में बस on and off होता है.
Correct.
Okay. So then, if I want to turn this side, okay, this was not turning, that was turning. Yes. Control the differential something.
Differential drive.
Differential drive. Super. Okay, so let's say I want to go forward, backward. What's your so quick thing, all right. I'm sorry. Would you mind moving that way because sorry. Now I see one little problem.
Okay.
Is there a way I can clip this off? Because I have RC cars in my house, and they also have a remote, but they don't have this kind of wired stuff. Can I make it like wireless and stuff? How does wireless work?
I thought you would come up with this.
Okay.
Most kids do. Of course. So what we do is we'll go see how wireless things work. We can actually cut out the wire, and also you could use an old RC car if you have at home and just replace those toy motors with these motors and it'll work.
Oh, that is so cool.
We'll go see how wireless systems work.
Okay, let me just remove all of this from the table. Okay.
All right, this is here.
Oh, fancy. I know what this is. Okay, this might be a little complex for some of our students, but basically, it's थोड़ा complex लग सकता है. Can we have a close-up view of what we have as a setup here? Great. So now, here we have a transmitter-receiver setup, right? This is the wireless setup.
Correct.
And this experiment, by the way, if you're curious, is called the Hertz experiment for wireless. ठीक है, sir. क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे?
Right. So here we have a spark generator.
Like this is the same thing that's there in our gas lighters and stuff, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is a spark generator which generates spark. Now spark is nothing but a high voltage.
Right.
Like how you have a lightning.
1 second. So the spark, there's something really fascinating. The spark actually travels through air.
Correct.
And air we know is a bad conductor. So for the spark to get generated, we need a very high voltage.
Very high.
So this guy is actually a crystal. When it is hit, it will produce like 15,000, 20,000 volts.
Very high voltage for a very minute fraction of a second.
And very small current. So shock walk nahi lagne wala, but cool. Correct. Got it. So spark generator.
So once we have the spark generator, we have to transmit this over a distance. Now we have an antenna to do that.
So these guys are not connected.
They're not connected to each other.
And I see there's a bulb here.
Yeah, so that's going to pick the signal and going to glow as in when I hit the spark.
Chalayega, please.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, wow.
Can you
see that? Do we want to cut the lights a little bit maybe so that we can see this green guy? May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I press. Oh, and when I press wirelessly, even though the circuit is not complete, this guy is able to close. And trust me, it is really wireless. Sir, could you please do that, Brijesh?
Yeah.
So see, there is actually complete gap, okay? There's no circuit connection happening here. Wireless. So, but what is the principle by which this is working?
This works in what is called as a electromagnetic wave.
Okay.
EM wave.
EM waves.
Yes,
Okay.
and they're transmitted over a distance, and this is similar to most
Like our
of
remotes
our
and
remote cars,
Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, all this is
all of
electromagnetic
that.
waves, right? Such a beautiful, simple setup. So we have one circuit component, we have another circuit component, but this is wirelessly transmitting that talking information.
Correct. So I am pressing a button, and that information is sent to the LED, and the LED is blinking at that moment.
Beautiful. So transmitter, receiver.
Receiver. Yes.
So this transmitter will be the remote fellow.
Correct.
And the receiver will be inside the robot.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So
इसका भी model है अपने पास.
Amit.
Oh my goodness. अमितवा. कहे धड़कन है तुमसे क्या? Oh, this is the remote? Okay, nice. So this is the remote.
Yes.
And we have that guy there.
Correct.
On करना पड़ेगा.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Turn it on.
I have seen this kind of stuff inside my RC car as well.
Okay.
Okay, something is happening. Ayyo.
It's
Sir.
transmitting the antenna.
अयो ये तो भाग रहा है. रुको अंकल रुको 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 रुको. Okay.
So this happens most of the time. Some
okay.
communication errors that happen. I mean, it happens with big robots as well.
I know, and this is why you said that we always build, operate, and test, evaluate
we
it.
test and validate
guy
every time.
Looks like the circuitry and all काम कर गया. वैसे देखो, so the same, exactly the same look as the previous one, except we have some internal components. Oh, sorry, careful. Okay, I don't want to break it more, but होता है यार कभी-कभार mistakes चल जाते हैं.
Cool, I'll keep it here.
For our use case, अभी wired के साथ काम चला सकते हैं. Right? Because wired, I know for sure आप लोग घर में भी बना सकते हो. Simple circuit, इसको निकाला. ठीक है. So here are my toys, and I want to put them in that basket.
Right, go ahead.
मैं करूँ?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Okay. So let me go pick that truck.
Okay.
Ooh, this is fun. Position. Stop. Now go. Okay, wait. Forklift.
Down.
Be down.
Yes.
Done. And then.
Ready to go straight. Bring in more further.
हो गया?
Little more.
Nice. Now I lift it up.
Yes.
Oh, no, but where do you push it? Wait. Let me go there, right?
Yeah.
Come back. Okay, now you come, this side.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, this is so much fun just controlling it. Okay, and now go forward.
Yes.
And stop. No. Forward, huh?
Good.
Okay.
Now you
So
lift it
now,
up a little more.
as it is lifting, it will push.
Yes, that's
That
what
means I have to. Oh, this is going to be complicated. So, little more I'll go like that.
Straight.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
Now I'll go forward and I'll also lift the forklift up.
Yes.
पीछे आ जा भाई. No problem. Failed attempt, but मजा तो मस्त आ रहा है. Okay, great. Sir,
I think with practice you'll get it.
Yeah, and this definitely feels like more fun than just going and picking that thing up and putting it in. Okay, attack, yeah, no problem. Okay, guys, you see that amazing stuff? We actually built a robot. Abhi testing phase, apni evaluation phase mein humko pata chala ki something has to be optimized here.
Correct.
Design thinking to the rescue. Sir, now this information was transferred to the wheel and all of that stuff through the wire, right?
Correct.
Let me quickly summarize. So, build ho gaya, operate ho gaya, abhi test, talking, communication jo karna hai, we were able to do that through either wired devices or wireless devices. Abhi kaam nahi kiya, but we saw that fascinating experiment also, right? So wired mein a circuit ka switch sits as the remote. Wireless mein you have the transmitter, and then EM waves help us take it to the receiver, and that becomes the talking part. That is super duper cool. What does that sound? Sir, by the way, BYJU'S Excel Masterclasses, we have a tradition where not only are our students and our viewers learning from you, and I'm just being super curious right now,
Okay.
but we are giving a student the opportunity to ask you a question directly
Nice.
live as well.
Bring it on.
Can we have the student on, please?
My name is Hemant and I study in 9th class. Right now I'm living in Haryana, Bhadugarh. My question to you is, the toy RC car and real world electric car both works on electricity. So the real electric car is just a bigger version of toy RC car.
Wow.
The perspective children today have amazing, blows my mind sometimes. So he asked me about RC car and electric car. They're quite the same. Like you have a steering in an electric car. Sometimes autonomous cars you don't have steering because they have sensors. And in a normal RC car also you have the same kind of instruments, but just that they're bigger motors, bigger batteries,
Right.
more sensors, more technology goes into it,
Right.
and a lot of coding and programming comes in where you have to
Nice.
put all of these things
So these
together.
sensors are basically doing more complicated talking to the robot.
Correct.
Right?
So every time you want to not be able to see something, the sensors do that for you.
Nice. So these are autonomous. Oh, you actually build this in your answer pieces as well.
Yes.
Nice. Beautiful. Any other illustrations that you can give us for that?
So you also have these autonomous robots. Earlier we used to use brooms to clean our homes, and
Jhadu
then we
pocha.
came up with vacuum cleaners. Now then they said, okay, let's put all of it on one single machine
Have
and
that.
then build a cleaning robot. So you have autonomous cleaning robots.
Yeah, I
that
have
actually-
one of those guys at home. I just have to press a
Amazing.
button. He goes around, maps the whole house, and just finishes cleaning. And after cleaning, आराम से जाके बैठ जाता है
And
अपने
it charges itself.
आप. Yeah, that is so crazy.
Cool.
Any other? Can we actually see? Wait, hold on 1 second. Before we go into the robots, I want to see some demos. And you said there's some cool automated.
Cooking robot.
Thank you. My tongue slipping happened. I see that it's a little time. It might take another 5 minutes extra after this. But ये बताइए Brijesh, you've been in this industry for such a long time, and our students are super curious, right? इसीलिए यहाँ पे आज बैठे हैं to learn from you on a Sunday. How do they pick something up like robotics, and how do they build a career out of it? Any advice that you have in terms of how they should learn in school and how they should progress?
Cool. So back in the days, we didn't have much information, so all we had to get it out of the library. But today, you have a lot of information available on the app. You have a lot of information available on Google. So everything that you do at classes, not just enough, but you have to apply this in the real world. It could be an application of physics or mathematics or any of these STEAM things. But what keeps you more on the go is to always be curious about things. I think because technology today is not going to be what it is tomorrow, and things going to change day after tomorrow. I mean, after a few years. So it's going to be changing every time. But the only thing that's going to be constant is you being curious, and that's going to add a lot of value to you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I have goosebumps. My full sleeve shirt दिखेगा नहीं. But crazy. So be curious and always have the drive to upskill yourself, right?
Correct.
Amazing. So do well in school, do well in co-curriculars, और कहीं से तो inspiration आ जाएगा when you can make a career out of this as well. Beautiful. एक बार showcase में जाते हैं उसके पहले I'm very tempted कि एक बार तो ये काम करना चाहिए यार.
Okay.
Yeah! Yeah! Okay, मेरा robot को काम कर गया. Sir, अपने robot दिखाइए अभी.
All right. So you saw that autonomous robot there, the floor cleaning one.
Yes.
So this is a simpler version of that with one sensor in the front,
Okay.
which basically sees obstacles and be able to take different turns.
Right.
So when you put it on and put it on the floor,
Oh, these guys were like doing some walking. This guy is rolling away.
yes.
Ooh,
So it's
nice.
actually like
This is actually like the cleaning robot. So it's actually able to sense me, and that sense itself. Okay, stop. This is actually able to sense me and talk to the
Correct.
robot mechanism.
exactly. That's
Wow. And are these the kind of robots that you guys build with the
yes.
children
so
as
most
well?
of these robots are built by children. So they design it, they build it, and they program it.
Wow, yeah, you guys should definitely get in touch with Brijesh for all this, huh? यहाँ पे था, ठीक है. Sir, any other
Cool. I
crazy-
mean, by the way, once this is done, I told you that you'll be going to the autonomous robot that cooks
this
and
kind
all
of an-
that.
Oh, the
it's
cooking
a
robot.
crazy machine. I think you should go check it out. Yatan is waiting for you. So
I'll go to him and then I'll come back to you.
Yes.
Students, we're going to have a beautiful experience right now. Let's go meet Yatin with the autonomous cooking robot. Hey, hi Yatin. Welcome onto our studio. Well, is this the exciting Nosh?
Yes.
Wow. So this is the autonomous cooking robot, and Yatin, you have built this product.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about it?
So this is a machine that cook food automatically.
Cooks food.
So what you have to do is, right? So it has the storage for your.
एक second, huh? Small thing. यार, we tested this robot yesterday, huh, by the way. Little bit of pre-planning, and कल record करते time ना, we figured out कि खाना बनाने के लिए तो आधा घंटा लगता है. I mean, that's the best part about it कि we don't have to be near it while cooking. but thoda time lagta hai. Just in the interest of time, we recorded some footage yesterday as well. And as Yatin is going to be explaining all of this to us, guys, can we have that little box here with the recordings? So you see here, you can see that there's some hands and stuff. That's Yatin's hand only. And every compartment that he's doing or every process that he's describing, we'll have that little video inserted out here, okay? Great. So, bataiye, sorry for the interrupt.
So it has the storage for
Okay.
water and oil. So there's a water and there's a one compartment inside for oil.
Okay.
So where you store it, you don't have to refill every time. Once it gets empty, it will tell you and then refill it.
Got it.
Also, it has storage for your spices. Like how you
Ah.
have a spice rack at home,
Right.
we have the spice rack
Nice.
fitted inside.
So it actually looks exactly like the spice rack ka
Yeah.
dabba that I have at home as well.
Yes.
Nice.
And so when you want to have a dish, right? You want to eat your
Right.
delicious food. What you have to do is load this tray. So you
Oh, this is the ingredient tray.
this ingredient tray where all your ingredients go. The thing is, your mother can prepare and leave it for you. You can just insert it,
Nice.
right? And then there's a pan and the stirrer, which is so there's a pan in which the food will get prepared.
This is a regular pan, right?
This is a regular pan,
Okay.
right? And we have the wooden stirrer, which mixes the food.
Rotate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of simple thing we have done.
Okay, okay.
Which made this complex machine. So, yeah.
That is super.
Um,
See, you can
so
see that in the
before you-
video, guys. The cooking is happening automatically, where the ingredients are going to get dispensed into it, and the spices are going to get dispensed into it. इसका idea कहाँ से आया आपको ऐसे?
So, basically, I observe my mother, what she does when she cooks. So, what she does is she controls the heat,
Right.
and then she stirs,
Right.
and she put right ingredient at right time.
Correct.
So, she put ingredient like spices, some tomatoes, onion, and water, oil, etc.
Right.
So,
Right.
I just put it in this. So we have like water and oil here, ingredient, the onion, etc. here,
Right.
and the spice here.
Right.
Right. And that's how actually like what she does. I just put it in the machine.
But एक बात है Yatin, even if I follow the exact recipe that my parents have made, even if I use the exact process that my parents used, मेरे हाथ का बना हुआ खाना is not that good. क्या ये robot उतना अच्छा? ये robot मस्त अच्छा खाना बनाता है हाँ? In the video you might have seen we made some really good pesto paneer. That was so delicious. How do you put that into the robot?
So so why our mother cooks better? Because she has better judgment about the cooking.
Right.
So like Chris talk about, right? So same
Krish
thing.
Ashok, we had that in the session before. The Maillard reaction and stuff, it's got very beautiful timing and specificity to it.
Yeah. So what we have done is same judgment we have put in here through sensor. So it has a temperature sensor which measures the temperature, and we know the 140-degree Maillard reaction has
Right.
to happen. Also, it has a consistency sensor. So when it's stirring, right, it is also seeing the consistency of the food. When it gets done, it
So the robot is not like you have written a code saying for 5 minutes you do stirring. It is actually sensing कि कितना coagulate हो रहा है कि cooking हुआ कि नहीं है.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And there's a one other part. It is actually looking at the food. It has a camera which is looking at the food, and it is looking at your ingredient like onion, tomato, and it is judging like onion is translucent or golden brown, your curry
Wow.
is completely cooked or not, etc.
It
So
definitely is a smart robot. I can't figure it out when the onions have gone golden brown and stuff. So it's actually responding to the cooking. ऐसा नहीं है कि सब programmed है.
yeah.
Wow. How do you get this to make different kinds of recipes?
So it has a recipe creator, and we have a recipe creator engine. We create the recipe for it. What you do is you control it manually, like how you control your games. You kind of cook it on the nose through the buttons,
Okay.
and it record all the steps, and that's how the recipe get created.
Wow. And all of this crazy sensors and stuff seems like programming and complexity, but machine jo hai, it seems to have simple machine parts only.
Yeah.
Like you have the screw for rotation, you have hinges and all that. Is it like a mix of simple machines?
So it has 3 type of levers and 3 screws to do almost everything, right?
That
so
is super cool.
simple machine is been applied here, and it has been built.
Nice. And I love how, did you guys notice the whole drive, design thinking process as Yatin was describing this? आपने प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट डिफाइन किया था
Yeah.
और आपने रिसर्च किया इन टर्म्स ऑफ हाउ योर पेरेंट्स आर कुकिंग एंड व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स दैट गो इनटू इट एंड उसके आइडिएशन में यू फिगर्ड आउट कि दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ प्रोपोर्शंस मटेरियल्स ऐसे कंटेनर्स होंगे storage and consumables all that stuff in your ideating and prototyping phase.
It went to a lot of ideation and prototyping stage. Okay, where would be the chimney will be, where would be my stirrer, etc., etc. So we have been prototyping and iterating
Beautiful.
to get it right.
Amazing. I definitely want to get my hands on this. If you guys get this at home, क्या करना है बस ingredients डाल देना है और बाकी सब robot संभाल लेगा and 20 मिनट के लिए आप लोग बायजूस वीडियोस देख सकते हो या कुछ भी कर सकते हो, right? Amazing. This is so cool. You're actually doing this in the real world. ये अभी pre-order के लिए है, product अभी market में आने वाला है थोड़े time में. Thanks, Yatin. Design thinking, robotics, and I never imagined that it could all be sort of packaged into something so simple looking and so elegant looking. And khana jo banta hai, must khana tha. Thank you for that. And
Thanks a lot.
amazing experience with you. Cheers to robotics. All the best.
I'm holding.
Wow, Vijay, that was so amazing. I mean, when I did it for the first time, I didn't really think so much about it, but when Yatin was walking us through the design thinking process and the simple machines that are there in it was so beautiful. क्या क्या नहीं सीखा हमने आज. Amazing robot designs. आपके भी थे और यतिन के भी थे. But we got some amazing robot designs from all of you also, with the BYJU'S Excel Challenge. And we have our winners. We've actually chosen 2 winners. That's what we felt. Could you please read them out?
Yeah, Abranil Sen from class 5. Naisha Agarwal from class 8.
Great contest winners. You're going to be getting a DIY robotics kit. And with all the entries that came, we have many runners up who are going to get a mechanical robotic hand. Congratulations. What a way to start 2023. Superb. क्या नहीं सिखाया आपने आज. And on the dot 1 घंटा लग गया इस सेशन का. Beautiful, guys. क्या सीखे हम? We had a simple 3-segment rule, right? We had build, operate and talk. Building के time पे हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा. We learned about simple machines, different types of simple machines. We learned that simple machines come together to make more complex machines, and that amazing design thinking process with that beautiful mnemonic drive. Define, research, ideate, validate, evaluate. ठीक है. उस सब के बाद जो हमने डिजाइन करा था with a lot of trial and error, going back into the research, thinking about the user all the time, प्रोटोटाइप्स बन गए फ्रॉम द टीम जो आप भी घर में कर सकते हो यार. सिंपल कार्डबोर्ड्स, अपने ओल्ड टॉयज को उठाओ, रिमूव द पार्ट्स, पुट देम बैक इन अगेन, एंड यू हैव एन अमेजिंग आरसी टॉय एग्रीगेटर और टॉय क्लीनर. सुपर डुपर. उसके बाद हमने ये भी सीखा कि टॉकिंग टू द रोबोट could be wired or it could be wireless. चलो अपना wireless में तो कुछ पंगे थे. After this session we'll sit down and we'll have to try to fix that. आप मेरे को सिखाओ. And wireless happens through electromagnetic waves that are getting communicated. Super! What a brilliant session this was. You are truly an expert. It was amazing to be with you. Brijesh, absolutely fantastic experience ke saath. I hope you guys had a wonderful start. It had a lot about innovation. It had about design and, of course, a truckload of robotics and even more fun. And that's all for this amazing session on BYJU'S Excel Masterclass team. We will see you really soon. Brijesh ji, this was amazing.
Thank you.
Yatin ji, aap kahan hai? Amazing stuff. आप लोग रुक सकते हो या फिर चल सकते हो अपना संडे मनाने के लिए. जल्दी मिलेंगे in a couple of weeks. We'll have our next session going on. I hope you had as much fun as I did. See you. Bye-bye.